One of these cans of black beans is going to be better than the other. Let's rank them and find out. I recently ranked a bunch of cans of chickpeas and found out which can of chickpeas was the best. In that video, we ranked all the chickpeas and I made hummus from the best can and hummus from the worst can of chickpeas. Today we're gonna do something similar, except I'm not just ranking cans of black beans, I have a bag of black beans, I have a jar of black beans. In the end, we're not gonna be making hummus because that would be weird, even though black bean hummus is actually not that bad. We're gonna be making just a basic black bean recipe from the best can and from the worst can. Now, one of the comments that I got quite a bit on the chickpea ranking video was that I ranked them all based on sodium. I did not. Yes, the Bushes had a high sodium, but it wasn't the highest. And just like today, it's not going to be the highest. But what I am going to do is I'll take a bite and rank them straight out of the can. And if they're lower sodium, I'll give them a little pinch of salt, just to see if it changes the texture or flavor dramatically. Deal? Let's go. Let's start with ranking these. We're gonna start with the Bushes Organic. Now, this can here of Bushes Organic is 120 calories, 125 grams of sodium. Not a bad amount of sodium. And don't worry, I will be using these all up, just like the chickpeas. Monica and I ate chickpeas for a week. I will be eating black beans for a week or two. So let's see. These look pretty good. That's a good looking black bean here. Good. That's a good black bean. Fairly mild taste. Might be the sodium. It's firm. The bean is smooth on the outside. Like there's a smooth skin that you can definitely taste. I don't love when beans are too chalky, and these aren't chalky at all. These are pretty good. They're gonna get kind of like a higher ranking. And the last time what I did was I just kind of ranked them up the side of the table here. I'm gonna do the same thing today. So these are gonna stay kind of up here for now, just about right here, closer towards the edge. The closer towards me, the better they are. Next up, Goya. Goya has some political issues. I stopped using Goya because of those political issues. They do make a good can of beans, but just make beans. I mean, I know people say that to me, like I wish I would just shut up about political stuff, but I can't help it. Now Goya, it's leaking all over me. This is 130 calories, 410 milligrams of sodium. I'm assuming this is going to be one of the higher sodium levels that we're gonna rank today. So we probably won't have to add any of that salt. Pretty good black bean. It's good size, looks nice and shiny. The aquafaba is not too thick, it's very runny, ran right off. Maybe it is the salt. That is good. This one's a little bit more chalky than the Bushes. It's a firmer bean, smooth texture. I mean, I like it. I don't love it, but I do like it. This is gonna rank below the Bushes. Moving through these quick. Next up, Publix. I know not everybody has Publix. I kind of kept the Publix ones out of my ranking last. Did I keep the Publix ones out of the chickpea ranking? I don't remember. Publix, 120 calories, 370 milligrams of sodium, very close to the Goya, more than Bushes. Ooh, this one, the beans are just sitting right on the top. I don't know if that's a telltale sign of anything. That is a thick aquafaba. Like it's almost like you couldn't even it's almost like this is just, it's not runny at all. I mean, it's not runny. You're not getting the whole bean. These are very little black beans. They're half the size of the Bushes in Goya. Super soft. Zero bean left. You know, like the smoothness of the Bushes, the smoothness of the Goya where you can taste the outside of the bean, that's gone. It's just straight mush. The flavor is good though. No chalkiness, but this is not what I would want for my black bean. Publix, you're gonna rank pretty low. Stuck in my mouth, don't really like that one. I don't know what I should go with next. I feel like I'm gonna go with the jar. Let's just try the jar. We didn't try any jarred chickpeas last time. So this is the Jovial, inherently good, 100% organic. They say that they soak overnight and pressure cook. So these are Italian black beans cooked on a small farm in Italy, which is kind of neat. So here we go. This is 150 calories, 280 milligrams of sodium. The protein levels on these is pretty funny. I haven't been reading it, but the Bushes Organic has 8 grams of protein. The Goya is 8 grams. The Publix is 7 grams. Somehow these Jovial black beans are protein heavy. These are 11 grams of protein. That's kind of wild. These are also very small black beans. These are like baby black beans. The aquafaba, which aquafaba is the liquid that is in a can of beans. The aquafaba is very thin, very watery. Nope. Oh man, I'm sorry, Jovial. This is everything I hate about a bean. Very dense, very chalky, 100% lacks any bit of flavor. I mean, it just tastes like water. I'll give them a little bit of salt just to see. Now it just tastes like salt water. Chalky, these are my least favorite bean. This is the type of bean that makes people not like beans. Sorry, Jovial, you're expensive. You're not good. You are ranked the last. That wasn't great. I'm gonna move on to the bushes, just the straight regular bushes. 130 calories, 450 milligrams of sodium. This is the highest amount of sodium so far. 8 grams of protein, just like the other ones here. I do wonder why the Jovials have so much more protein with such a smaller bean. Same thing, these beans are like a middle between the watery aquafaba and like a thicker aquafaba. These beans are much more broken up than the rest of them. They're more resembling like the Publix black bean. Mush. Just as mushy as the Publix. Good flavor. I really like the flavor. It's just total mush. Like you're not gonna make like a regular bean dish unless you're like blending these up for like a black bean soup. I don't mind them, I really don't. They're not gonna get ranked the worst, but they're gonna go above the Publix because of flavor, below the Goya because of mush, but not as high as the Bush's Organic. Bush's Organic are the winners so far. So at this point, we've tried 5. We have 5 beans left. Let's take a minute for today's sponsor. So it's been a couple years. I'm still getting comments about how much weight I've lost. Now around 110 pounds with the help of Noom Weight. When people ask me about my weight loss, I always start by telling them Noom. Because Noom not only gives you the how, but also the why behind your actions to empower you to take control of your health. Since starting Noom over 3 years ago, I have never felt better. I talk about this a lot. I feel like I'm a new person. I move more. I'm making healthier food choices. I'm enjoying activity more than I ever have in my entire life. Noom Weight is a proven long-term solution to weight management that only takes a few minutes a day. Noom promotes sustainable results in a different way to approach weight management. With support of individual and/or group coaches, which you can choose if that works for you, with lessons or being uplifted by other community members, with Noom you will always feel supported for the ups and downs of your health journey. And all foods are welcome on Noom. So gang, I know I've been saying this for a long time. This is truly a life-changing experience for me, and I would love for you to find that too. Click the link in the description to take a free Noom evaluation and redeem your free 14-day trial. It's quick, easy, and will help you create your custom plan. Noom, thank you for sponsoring today's video and for everything you have done to help change my life over the years. Okay, we're back. So this is Conchita. This is the number 1 grade is what it says here. Number 1 grade. We'll see if this is number 1. 280 milligrams of sodium. So this goes right in the middle of the sodium. 100 calories, 7 grams of protein. Lowest amount of calories out of all of them somehow. Middle amount of sodium, 7 grams of protein. Okay, thick aquafaba. Very, very eggy aquafaba. It's a smaller black bean. Small, about the size of like the Publix black bean. Very, very small. Let's see how these are. Wow. Wow. Okay. Is there anything in this? Black beans, water, salt, and calcium chloride. These are my favorites so far. Flavor's on point. They're not mushy. You can taste the bean. It's nice and smooth. Not chalky at all. It's kind of like the inside of the bean is cooked perfectly. The outside of the bean is still nice and snappy. Tons of flavor. I mean, 280 milligrams of sodium compared to the 400 milligrams of sodium. Mush. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. I've never had this brand before, but this is, that's my new brand. Number 1 label. I was gonna make fun of it for having that number 1 label, but this is getting the number 1 spot. Perfect bean, by far. Like, super good. So the funny thing is I only found the Hanover brand in this little can. I thought that was kind of cute. These are the most calories, the Hanover ones, coming in at 170 calories with 710 milligrams of sodium. That is phenomenal to me. I'm really curious about these. Oh my God, that is a weird, I mean, just look at that. That is the thickest aquafaba I have ever seen on a bean. It almost doesn't even look right. It's gelatized. That's crazy looking. Okay, wait a minute, hold on. It was gelatized up top and then it was regular aquafaba underneath. These are crazy weird. Okay, so these black beans are the lightest colored black beans that we've had. They're almost brown. Like, are these actually black beans? Like, this is so weird. Okay, I mean, they say they are. They're medium size. They're not the smallest ones, but they're not the biggest. It's crazy that has so much sodium to it because I wouldn't have known. Very little flavor. They're mushy, but they're not like entirely mushy. They have some pop to them. They're not. These aren't bad. The opening of them up was scary. They almost have like a little irony taste to them. It's kind of like almost like the can, which is a little scary. These aren't going to get rated the worst. They're not. I think the Hanover chickpeas didn't do well. I can't remember actually. So these are actually better than the regular Bushes. Not better than the Goya. Better than the Bushes. We're getting there. Let's see. Let's just show the rankings here really quick. Jovial in last, and then Publix, old school Bushes, Hanover, Goya, Bush's Organic, and then these Conchita, I'm sorry for mispronouncing it. Conquistador, incredible black bean. Like, oh my gosh. Let's get into the bag. So the bag is Green Valley Organics. They don't say anything else. Gluten-free, non-BPA packaging, which is great. Black beans, water, sea salt, calcium chloride. Okay. 140 milligrams of sodium, 130 calories. So it is ranking, is it the least amount? Nope, I think the least amount so far. Least amount of sodium is 125. So this is the second least amount of sodium. And so far, sodium ranking has nothing to do with it, all over the place. I'm kind of proud that that's working out the way it is. I know there's gonna be people in the comments right away that are like, well, now you're just doing it on purpose. And it's like, no. So they're very, very little black beans. They're split. You can kind of see they seem soft. The aquafaba is pretty watery. Okay. So this might be one where the sodium has a little bit of a play because it's a good tasting bean. The texture is very nice, but there's not a whole lot of flavor. Like, it's not like a bad flavor. That's what I'm saying. It's a good tasting bean. Just put some salt on these. Not a ton. I'm gonna try a little bit more salt, see what happens. It's a pretty good bean. This is a pretty good bean. So it's cooked really nicely. It's not chalky at all. I wish it had some more flavor because even with the salt, it is lacking some of the flavor, but definitely better than the Hanover. It's gonna go right in the middle, which is not bad. That's a good ranking. That is in 4th place. So that's a really good spot to be. But I do think I'm gonna have to get the receipts. I think this one was like one of the cheapest ones, to be honest. Okay, Rienzi. Okay, low sodium, low sodium. It says low sodium. Oh, this one's way low sodium. 15 milligrams. There's almost no sodium. This is 100 calories. No salt in these whatsoever. These are just beans in water. You can already see they're kind of mushy. It is a water, and it took me like a while to get to the bean. This is all water here and low sodium. Let's see what these are like. So it's just kind of like chonky and the skin is too firm. You know, I feel like these had like a similar kind of experience with the chickpea. I'll add some salt to them. I'm gonna add a decent amount of salt because there's no sodium in these whatsoever. It doesn't help. I mean, it made them very salty. It made them, you know, the taste pop with the salt, but like I'm still chewing on skin. Still, worst one by far. I mean, I feel like these got ranked pretty poorly in the chickpeas and yeah, they're just as bad in the black beans. Man, Westbrae Natural. Westbrae? I'm sorry if I'm pronouncing that wrong. Westbrae, I know I am. 0 milligrams of sodium. 0. These are just black beans and water. 120 calories, 8 grams of protein. Yeah, so these are all 7 to 8 grams of protein. Somehow, these are all 7 to 8 grams of protein. Somehow, in this jar, they were able to pack some extra protein. I don't know if they're lying. I don't know how they did it, but somehow this jar packed extra protein. I don't get it. They got 11 grams of protein in that one. But these are the same. 0 sodium. Let's see what a 0 sodium black bean Did I buy the no sodium version? Oh, I got the no salt added. Man, I am so sorry to this brand because, well, you know what? This was the only one I saw. You know, I went to a few grocery stores to get all the shopping done for this. Like, I don't just go to one. Most grocery stores end up having the same amount. Okay, so these black beans look good. These are big black beans. They're not split. That is a good looking black bean. No flavor whatsoever, but it's not like it's no flavor with anything bad. The skin is nice, it's cooked nicely. They are a little chonky, but not horrible. Let's add some salt. Yeah, wow. With the salt, nice flavor. You know, the salt is gonna bring out some of that flavor. Yeah, that's pretty good. It's not scoring all the way up here, but good texture. If you were looking for a low sodium black bean, this is the one for sure. Like, no sodium, super good. This ranks the best for 0 sodium. Like, very good. I'm gonna put that, let's see. Is that above the Goya? Above the Goya. Because once you add salt to those, they taste a little bit better. So here it is. Here's the ranking for the black beans. And then what we're gonna do is we'll make a simple black bean recipe. I'm gonna season them all exactly the same, but then in the end, I will salt to taste. I wanna try to match the saltiness. And then we'll have Monica taste both worst and best and see what she thinks. So, the worst, Rienzi. I'm so sorry, or Rienzi, or whatever. Second worst, Jovial. I'm not even gonna try you again. Third, Publix. Fourth worst, Bush's. Hanover, The Bag, Goya, Westbrae Natural, Bush's Best Organic. And then the winner, these guys here. Phenomenal black bean. I am so excited to cook with these. Okay, so all I'm gonna do is prep a simple black bean dish. I'm gonna take 2 skillets, add about 2 teaspoons of olive oil, chop up some onion. I'm gonna do an even amount of onion, I'm just gonna weigh it, white onion. Toss that on, let that simmer down until it's fully cooked. Add a little bit of garlic, cook for about 1 more minute, and then add in the drained black beans with a little splash of water. We're gonna simmer that together for about 10 minutes. Season it with a little bit of pepper, I'm gonna salt to taste, and then let's see what Monica has to say. Monica doesn't know which one is the good bean and which one is the bad bean. One of these beans, baby, is ranked the best.
Okay.
One of them is ranked the worst.
You're the bad bean. Sorry.
Why am I the bad bean?
I don't know.
That's horrible. I mean, well, you're the good bean. I mean, okay. We'll try both of them and then we'll give our ratings.
Okay.
Okay, here we go.
Make it do.
Schmick-a-doo. Cheers.
Here we go. That's really good.
Yeah, right?
I like it. Very flavorful.
Yeah. Let's try these. Are you ready?
Schmick-a-doo.
Cheers.
Also good.
Yeah, pretty good. No problem.
Yeah.
Give it another try and then rank.
Okay. Okay. Ready?
Yeah.
This one is my favorite. Easily.
Easily. Okay. Why?
So this one's not bad, but it does have kind of a weird aftertaste.
Right.
Like, I don't know what it is, and I don't know, like a plasticky,
Yeah.
almost weird aftertaste.
Yep.
So the flavoring is good if it wasn't for that aftertaste. And this one just tastes really good, smooth, buttery flavor and texture. It's just really good.
So the beans on these, yeah, they're smoother, they're bigger. These, like the beans are, like I said, it's like a firmer bean, but then it's not chalky at all.
Yeah, it's not chalky, and it doesn't taste like plastic.
Yep, yeah. Where these, like, it's a smaller bean, but like, it's a little chalky.
It's a little chalkier. If it wasn't for the plastic aftertaste, it would still be in the good category, not the great category. Like, this is still better and great, but I would still be like, okay, it's not bad. This is better. And
Yeah.
the plastic aftertaste, like, I'm, just having a hard time with that. Oh, interesting.
Yeah.
That one, like, looks a little bit more fancy.
I know.
Too.
So just so you can try the second worst versus the second best, go ahead and give them just raw.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh,
Right?
yeah.
Why does it have that?
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
It's
God.
a lot
it's like-
better.
It's like a weird taste.
Yeah, there's something up with this one.
And
And it's always like after, it's not great initially, but then like after the first few chews, it's like gets worse.
yeah.
Same with plastic.
Yeah.
This one's not bad.
So these were pretty similar in taste. It was kind of like hard to beat. I think these just had
Yeah.
better flavor.
Well,
Yeah.
now you know to get this one.
And it's funny because I was going to make fun of it because it says #1 grade. And I was like, of course, I'm sure it's #1 grade. And then it
is.
ranked #1. So, let me know what else I should rank. We have so many black beans to go through.
Okay, well, we got Black Bean City over here, and you're a good bean.
Yeah, thank you, baby. You're the best bean. Okay, well,
All right,
this is lunch. Well, I'll take the bad one.
Bean City. Here we go.
It really does have a weird taste.